Finding your personal style and actually feeling good in it is kind of hard. And it's not like you haven't tried. You've followed and unfollowed countless influencers. You've made the Pinterest boards only to feel like your outfit never ends up looking like the one in the photo. You found out you have a short torso with long legs. And you bought all the capsule wardrobe staples that every girl needs, except they're still sitting in your closet with the tag still on. I get it. It's confusing, annoying, and expensive. But I don't think it needs to be that complicated. After being on my own personal style journey for the past 3 years, which I feel like I've really got it nailed down, I learned that having good style comes down to a couple of things. And that's building good habits and knowing a few tips and tricks to take your outfit from good to great while still feeling like yourself. And when it comes to those tips and habits, I've narrowed it down to about 10 simple rules that you can follow to help you implement these on a daily basis. Not only do I think they're really simple and easy, but you can start implementing them in your very own wardrobe right now, so no shopping necessary. And I want to kindly thank my friends at Cotton for sponsoring today's video. I'll be styling some pieces from their core collection and their new spring launch to help illustrate my points. But if you've never heard of Cotton before, they are one of my favorite go-to brands for well-made and ethically made wardrobe basics. The core tenets of Cotton is that they believe in conscious creation and consumption. So their pieces are always designed to be well-made, long-lasting, and when you're done with them at the end of their life cycle, they're made of materials that will actually biodegrade. They have a really heavy focus on creating garments that are made of natural fibers, so they use things like Egyptian cotton, wool, bamboo, and semi-synthetics like tencel. And when you shop from Cotton, your money goes to really great causes because with every purchase that you make, they give back to the farming communities that they source their cotton from in rural Egypt. And with that funding, they've built 15 schools in rural Egypt alone to date. Some of my favorite basics of all time come from Cotton, like this tank top, which comes in a cropped and full-length version. I love their Essential Crew, and their anti-fit denim are some of my favorite jeans out there. So thank you so much to Cotton for sponsoring this video. If you did want to check them out and check out some of my favorites from them, I will leave everything linked down below, and they were kind enough to give a little discount, so you can use this code at checkout to save. Thanks, Cotton. All right, let's get into the video. Number 1 is to use big, slim skin as your proportional dressing North Star. This is a term that I cannot take credit for. This is coined by the founder of Tibi, Amy Smilovic, but it has been the easiest way to help explain how to bring balance back into your outfit if it feels off. And that is the key. If it doesn't feel wrong to you as the wearer and you feel great in your outfit, then you don't need to use this. And it's really as simple as it sounds. Take something big, mix it with something slim, and then create some breathing room by showing a little skin. And that's as simple as rolling up a sleeve, showing some ankle, or opening up your chest area. And this to me is really a key in how to, for example, wear oversized if you feel like it overwhelms you. Try mixing a slimmer proportion and showing some skin so you don't feel swallowed like a ball of fabric. And this is not to say that big on big on big or slim on slim on slim doesn't work. It's just a tool you can use to help achieve a certain feeling in your look, and especially if you want to play around with more oversized proportions, it's a really great way to dip your toes into that style. Number 2 is to find your 3 style words. This is a method that's taken over the internet over the past couple of years. Creators like Alison Bornstein, again, Amy Smilovic from Tibi, all have different ways that you can find your 3 words. You can also take a free personal style quiz on the app Index. I'll leave it right here. It's a really handy tool, and I think it's actually quite accurate. So if you don't know yours, I'll leave a free link down below where you can download it. And I'm also a stylist on Index, so if you want me to shop your closet and style some pieces for you, you can book me here. But if you can describe your style in a minimum of 3 words, and I think 3 words is a really nice balance because most of us wouldn't describe our style or even our own personalities as fully bohemian or fully 90s or fully glamorous. There's always other elements at play that help create a whole package, essence, and vibe of your style, as it does your own personality. And I think the reason knowing your 3 words is so helpful in defining your personal style, because how we dress is one of the few ways that we can communicate visually without having to say anything. Your outfit and your clothes can convey your personal tastes, your beliefs, your political beliefs, cultural beliefs, your hobbies, your passions, your job. What we wear says so much more about us than what we think, and using your 3 style words can really help you in not only shopping, but in getting dressed. So for example, my 3 style words, and I found these out using the quiz on Index, are minimal, classic, and sporty. And knowing this not only helps me with shopping because I can take a look at an item and decide, hey, that's not really for me. It doesn't really fit into my 3 words or my aesthetic. And if you want a bit more of a detailed video on exactly how you can apply this to your shopping, I have a video right here explaining exactly how to do that. But the other thing that it helps you do is create outfits. For example, in this outfit, I might feel a little bit classic on classic on classic, and I have a hard time seeing myself in this fit. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but for me in my everyday, it reads a little bit too professional, a little bit too stuffy, or even too preppy. So to make it feel a little bit more sporty or even relaxed, I might swap out the bottoms for a pair of jeans, or I might keep this whole outfit as it is and just throw on a pair of sneakers. Now I feel a lot more balanced in my 3 words, and this outfit feels a lot more like myself. Now, personally for me, I find the 3 words can sometimes still feel a little bit limiting and like something is missing, because we can all have the same 3 words, but still have completely different aesthetics and styles. And that's where knowing your modifier comes in. That modifier for me is a little bit of extra spice that makes your style feel a lot more like your own. It's those personal touches that really just feel like you. A lot of people do have 1 modifier. I feel like you can have even up to 2 or 3 to help support your core main style in your 3 words. So for me, I would say that mine are edgy and relaxed. And you can bring your modifier into your core style very easily and in a number of different ways. You can do it with clothing. For example, with this dress, it's very sleek and minimal, very much my style, but it feels a little bit sweet and feminine with the bows on the shoulders, for example. So I might throw something like a moto jacket over top to bring in the word edgy, and this way it feels a lot more like myself. But you can also do this with things like hair, jewelry, belts, and makeup. And when I think you take little pieces of your style words and your modifier and combine them together, then it creates this individual recipe of your personal style that feels like you. And I have had a few questions on how to find your modifier. For me, I think it's really about looking inwards and thinking about what it is you like. For example, I think edgy for me really comes from my parents. When I was growing up, we always had blues and rock and roll playing in our house. My parents rode motorcycles. So things like biker boots, biker jackets, chrome, denim, all of those were just a core part of my childhood that I think has really incorporated into my personal style today. And you can also think about things like your favorite music, movies, just the things in your life that shape who you are, I think can really come through in your modifier. Which brings me into number 4, and that is to create friction in your outfits by leaning into opposites. If your outfit feels like it leans too much in a certain direction, simply ask yourself, what is the opposite word to describe this? For example, this outfit feels a little bit too sweet and feminine for me, and as a result, it doesn't quite feel like myself. And there's really no right or wrong way to do this. Just use the first word that comes to mind and think of the opposite. So if this outfit is feeling quite sweet and feminine, the opposite of those words might be masculine against the feminine and edgy against the sweet. So to bring a touch more masculinity back into this outfit, I may throw on a more oversized blazer. And to make it feel a bit more edgy, I might throw on a red lip, add some jewelry, or change my hairstyle. It's not necessarily about using the correct opposite to create that balance in your outfit. It's just leaning into a different vibe to make the look feel a bit more unexpected. Or in this outfit, it might feel a bit too one note to wear a pair of jeans, a fringe jacket, and cowboy boots together. That might feel like all I'm missing is a cowboy hat and a whip, and I'm ready to go and live my best cowboy life. So instead, I might switch the cowboy boot for something like a loafer. If the fringe feels a bit Western, then a loafer might feel a little corporate or preppy. So if you want to make your outfit feel a bit more interesting or play around with certain vibes in your look, then play around with leaning into opposites to create that good friction. Have some fun here. Playing off of this a little bit more is the wrong shoe theory. This is something that was coined by Alison Bornstein, and it is essentially playing into opposites again, but specifically in your shoe. Because I don't know about you, but when you're building an outfit, I find the shoe can really make or break it. So this is a really great place to have some fun. So with the wrong shoe theory, it's again using the tool of leaning into opposites. So for example, with this look, it might feel a bit sporty, and it kind of looks like going to the gym. but what if I want to make it feel a bit more like a fit? So with this outfit, I might remove the chunky sneaker and switch that out for a pointed toe heel or even a loafer. There's something so wrong about this that it feels kind of cool and right. So I feel like it's a great tool to have some fun with your wardrobe and also get a lot more versatility out of your pieces. Let's go back to the slip dress. This is something that at one point in time in my wardrobe and in my styling life, I may only wear on special occasions. It's really pretty, it's feminine, it does lean into my 3 words of classic and minimal, but it is missing a little bit of that sporty element of my style. I don't know about you, but I want to wear my clothes as much as possible, so instead of limiting this dress just to more feminine, elevated, formal occasions, where my immediate thought would be to pair it with a heel or something sweet like a ballet flat, I'm gonna throw on a pair of sneakers or a pair of boots to make it feel more sporty or edgy, depending on the vibe that I want. Now I can wear this dress out on a weekend to the farmer's market or somewhere really cool and edgy like a concert. So not only does the wrong shoe theory really spark a lot of fun creativity and kind of forces you to think outside the box when it comes to what's expected versus unexpected in an outfit, but I think it's another tool to help expand the versatility and reach of your wardrobe across different occasions. So give it a try. Don't forget that your hair and accessories play a role. I've talked about this in a few other videos and I will leave it linked here if you want to learn more, but I feel like your hair and your makeup and your accessories can also translate and help communicate your 3 words and your modifier in your style. If I want to lean into some more relaxation, then I might wear my hair down and undone, versus if I want to lean into more minimalist or edgy, then I might wear my hair slicked back, and I might play around with layering my jewelry, things like rings, necklaces, and earrings to communicate that feeling. Number 7 is to know what your version of a wardrobe essential is. As much as I love to lean into all the capsule wardrobe essentials that every girl needs, and I even have in the past, but I think that's because a lot of my style does reflect those pieces, those classic minimalist kind of wardrobe staples, they work for me. But that doesn't mean that they work for everybody. Your 3 words could be maximalist, bohemian, and quirky, and I don't know if a plain white Oxford button-up fits that bill. So I think the key is to identify that core capsule wardrobe of pieces that work for you in multiple different situations. These are pieces that fit into your 3 words, they reflect your modifier, and you find yourself reaching for them over and over and over again. To me, that is the true definition of a wardrobe essential. They're the pieces that ground your outfit when you're trying to experiment so you still feel like yourself, and they're the pieces that just go with anything. When you don't know what to wear, those are the ones you reach for, and it always feels good. For example, my without fails are a pair of jeans, a t-shirt, and a blazer. I feel like I can ground any outfit with those things, especially if I want to experiment, and on a day where I feel like I have nothing to wear, I really do, because I just reach for my wardrobe essentials. Number 8 is a habit that I think will benefit anybody who wants to improve their style, and that is to stop saving your clothes for special occasions. Now, yeah, you probably aren't going to wear your ball gown to the grocery store, but if you do, slay, we love. But this is more just to get into the habit of getting dressed and wearing your clothes. I think for most of us, especially who love fashion, tend to be drawn towards certain things, and then we create scenarios where we're gonna wear these pieces. But sometimes things can hold us back, like feeling out of place, maybe feeling overdressed, or feeling like the item was too expensive or too precious to wear because you're scared you're gonna wreck it. I feel like we need to throw a lot of those limiting beliefs out the window and just start wearing our clothes. And I would argue that the more you do this, the more you'll actually feel like you're developing a better sense of personal style, because there's really nothing holding you back in your closet. Nothing is saved for a certain occasion, and you don't have to wait to create scenarios to wear your favorite clothes. How we spend our days is really how we spend our lives, and it's those special occasions that tend to be the outliers. And I don't know about you, but I want to get a really good cost per wear out of my clothes. So incorporating those lesser worn pieces and maybe those more special pieces into my everyday outfits has been a way that I've gotten that cost per wear, and it's just a way that you can have a lot more fun with your style. Number 9 is to play with color. I did a whole video a few weeks ago on how to combine colors so it feels cool and interesting, and you don't feel like you're just combining every single color with black or white. If you want to check out more, I will leave it linked right here for you. But color is a really fun way that you can express yourself and express your style. And even as someone who describes their style as more minimalist, you would think that I wouldn't really want to lean into color because that feels a bit too loud. But I find it's in color that you can really have a lot of fun and really learn to step outside your comfort zone with your own style. And now that you know your 3 words and your modifier, you can find pieces with color that will still adhere to those 3 words so that it's a piece that doesn't feel like a waste and it's one that you're actually gonna wear. I like to add color into my wardrobe in a couple of ways. One is that I like to lean into pieces that still reflect my 3 words, so something that's a bit more minimal and classic, or I like to incorporate colorful pieces that have texture. So with this t-shirt, for example, it's a red t-shirt, which is kind of new for me, but it's in my color palette, and in terms of silhouette and shape, it definitely ticks off the boxes of classic and minimal. But another really fun way to add color to your wardrobe is to also try playing around with texture. My video on how to combine colors goes into a little bit more depth with this, so make sure you watch that video. But essentially, if you want to incorporate a piece that is colorful and not have it feel so basic, make sure that it has some kind of texture or sculpture to it. So something like this, or this. And this really just helps bring more dimension into your outfit, so it just feels a little bit less flat. And finally, number 10 is to delay gratification. This, I would say, is one of the most important habits to get into, especially if you're working on building your own personal style. If you didn't know, I used to be a full-blown shopaholic, and I really could not control my impulses when it came to shopping especially. I was broke for years because of this and buried in clutter. It's essentially what my whole channel is about, but one of the best things that I could have ever done for my wallet, my space, and my own style is to delay gratification. There is so much coming at us all the time, telling us to buy, what's new, what's cool, what's on trend, and we're conditioned to always be kind of curious about what's new. But if we buy into every single thing that someone tells us is trendy, not only are you gonna be broke and buried in stuff, but you're just gonna be so much more confused about what your style actually is. So when something catches your eye and makes you go, ooh, pretty, instead of immediately going to add to cart, give yourself some breathing space. I like to wait a minimum of 72 hours, and what I also like to do is put that item on a wish list. The wish list has not only been key in helping slowing down my impulsive shopping habits, but I can't tell you how many things I forgot I even wanted to begin with because I parked it on my wish list and out of my mind it went. And when you throw things on the wish list and just wait it out, you can really just think about if you really wanted that item and how much it will actually fit into your style. It gives you time to forget about it, or it gives you time to make your plan to buy it and learn how to integrate it into your wardrobe once it's there. So those are the only 10 rules and habits that I think you need to help develop a personal style that feels authentic and awesome to you. Let me know if you want a deeper dive into any of these points that I talked about in this video. And let me know in the comments some things that you've done to help find your own style. Thank you so much to Cotton for sponsoring this video. If you wanted to check them out at all or check out any of my favorites from Cotton, I will leave it all linked down below. Thanks so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.